Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Oh, we're on. We're live, Dave. Is this live? We're
hey,
off this fucking.
hey now.
Welcome to Drinking Bros.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, Jared, you're looking thin today.
Thank you.
No, I'm kidding. You're not. You're not. You're definitely not. You had an extra breakfast this morning. Were you getting ready for Steve Howie to be on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Technically, I had 3 breakfasts.
Steve Howie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
A lot of nerves on this side of the table. They're two of your biggest fans. I was a competitor, so it's like, yeah, it's like Jordan sitting across from Kobe right now.
We did go up for the same roles, didn't we?
We did. You beat me for them. You've been on TV for almost 20 years with these shows.
Yeah.
And I can't help but think who your chiropractor is, because the bed of money you sleep on got to be uncomfortable on those lumbars. On those lumbars, it's got to be uncomfortable.
It's no, it's not true.
I remember going up
kinda
against
true.
you for Reba, right? And like,
Wow.
yeah. So we because I think we came to town probably around the same time, and I remember going up against. This is a dead honest true story, right? And I'm from Georgia, and I'm like, I got this. It's fucking Reba. And I met her as a kid. The whole thing with my dad in Nashville and,
so you
and
had a
all of it.
backstory.
Oh, this was going to be a full circle moment. I was already answering the press questions in my mind to the people of like, oh yeah, so Reba, I met her when I was 8. Now I'm working with her. This is crazy. Life is amazing in Hollywood. Nope, wasn't at all. Yeah,
You know why? You weren't dumb enough.
What? No, I guess
You're
not.
too smart. You're an erudite.
Probably.
You know what?
You've written
wish-
books.
But wait,
Ross.
but here's how
direction
Hollywood knows nothing, because this was the best line I got from my agent. He goes, dude, don't fucking worry, it's Reba. Like, that show will never last. 19 years later, 19 seasons later. And you guys are on like
It's still
Nick at Night, like every night.
What's
for like
crazy is the reruns air on 3 different networks. So it's like I'm just I'm waiting for the mailman.
every day.
Yeah.
Every
I'm on
day.
Amazon Prime and then waiting for that cha-ching.
Yeah. Every time Reba sings, Howie gets his chings. Ching ching. There it is. Boom boom. Like, it's great. Well, hey, thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's, dude, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm glad you're in LA. You enjoying LA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, we've been hard at work.
We get to LA, we go to the 101 Diner, shot Swingers there, one of the best.
Exactly. I was just saying. Swingers, man.
Every time we come here with different people, you got to take them to 101.
Yep.
And it's also the cheapest lunch meeting in town, where it's just like, hey, it's trendy enough where you're like, oh man, it's great atmosphere, everybody's great. You'll see a bunch of famous people, but then when that bill comes at $33, you're like, oh,
yeah, dude.
got off the hook easy today.
Exactly.
No biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, no biscuits and gravy. This guy, tell him what you doubled down on meat-wise this morning.
Double down on sausage and bacon.
Yeah,
It's America,
nice.
right?
And when you say sausage and bacon and in LA, the waitress was like, oh. Like she lost her
Yeah.
breath for a second. Like, what?
It's 2 patties.
They've had
It's
that
2
that
patties.
sausage and bacon sitting in there for probably. They go through veggies like not every.
Oh, they cream it.
The
but
meats.
the meats they don't have a lot of they don't get cycle out a lot.
No. It's like seeing
Veganism is taken over.
everywhere. So we were at the gas
It's
station.
funny you say that.
The shitty gas station hole in the wall, and the guy goes, "Oh, are you vegan?"
We have vegan bars. We have all these vegan bars if you want to try.
Showed us the vegan bars and was like, "Fuck no, we're not vegan." The guy had like 9 items in the store, like a pair of scissors, some green beans, and then a fucking collection of vegan shit. And I was just like,
I actually thought it was a setup. I thought we were walking on to a set that you had set up, and you guys were gonna prank me or murder me or something. I didn't know.
yeah.
That's normally how it goes with Bert. We either prank him or we murder him.
Yeah,
right.
either one. God, I want to murder someone. I know we were talking about that before. I
can't
just
get that
want.
off our
You know
mind.
that. You know that about me.
I think we all do.
I'm the friend who wants to murder. Like I get that murder boner.
That might be why society is crumbling. Is that
think so.
because it's so safe now, and there's so much technological fucking.
It's safe. Natural selection isn't taking point.
Oh, isn't
No.
that true?
Not
that's-
enough
that's-
people died.
well
No.
said.
Not enough people died eating Tide Pods. Like
I know.
Oh my God.
There should have been a higher death rate.
I cannot believe. What frustrates me is seeing. I want to believe it's the state of New York. Like the senators and legislators were like, we propose a law that makes them change the color of Tide Pods to be less appetizing.
I thought it was a parody or
yeah.
a skit.
Yeah, I
Are
did
you
too.
serious?
Standing there with a
This
Tide
is your
Pod.
solution, you dumb fucks.
Let 'em
Like,
die.
you're wasting your time on this. Let's make laundry detergent look less appetizing.
Time machine 1847. Go.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry.
But
It's
in their
like,
defense, it does look pretty fucking delicious.
It does.
okay, but
I've bitten into it and almost broke the skin. You can feel that point where you've taken it too far. Kind of like if you're choking during sex, where you're like, oh, she's gonna pass out or die. Like that's where I put it in my mouth with Tide Pods, and I can feel the teeth just almost rip through the skin. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I just wanted to heighten my whole sexual experience.
Who got to there?
When
Who figured that out?
When an elected official
College.
though does something like that, I seriously believe they should be immediately fucking relieved. Like when that congressman was claiming that Guam, he was afraid Guam was going to tip over.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like you walk up, you go, all right, you're done.
And can I get your ID card?
Can I get your ID, your keys?
I thought
Like,
he thought it was floating.
yeah, it's going to tip over. Yeah.
Well, the last natural selection to me was Four Loko. So that nuked out like 30 or 40 college kids who were just butt fucking like 5 cans at a time. That was the last one. I was like, all right, cool. I think we've learned as a society. Boom, Tide Pods 10 years later. Guess what? Time to die again. Look, I'm not. There's people laughing behind me, but that's just weeding out the herd.
But what about the one idea from college that I really liked?
What's that?
Vodka tampons.
Oh, right in the pooper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, golden grain. Right into your
Wait,
anus.
what?
Yeah.
You liked that idea?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
No
good.
calories, no
So-
sugars.
Nice and
Exactly.
easy.
Yeah.
Instant buzz.
Yep.
And you can eat while you're doing it.
Instant buzz.
Perfect for you.
Yeah.
Perfect for
Wow,
Jared.
you could eat. Wow.
And then they have like a dispenser on it. The tampons are out of my
Applicator?
element. Applicator.
Yes.
That you don't have to lube. You pop it up there, pop it out, and it's good to go.
Boom. You're hammered in like 20
They've
minutes.
done the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're there.
No, you're hammered. Did you say 20 seconds or 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
No,
it's
you're
fast.
hammered
It's
in like
fast.
seconds.
You're kidding.
No.
because
I thought it was like 20 minutes.
no, the
No,
membrane
it's
is
fast.
so thin.
Ask the doctor.
It's fast.
Is it
Your-
really?
Yes. Your
Yeah.
rectal
Have
wall
you done it?
is- Butt chugging? No. I'm not a butt chugger.
I would say.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing. But that I can't do. That sounds gross.
Like
but
butt
putting a
chugging
tampon in my
NyQuil,
ass, that
different.
sounds
You can
way
walk
better.
around
That's a
all
nice
day long
thing.
with that going on.
It's a nice thing, yeah.
Swip swap, walk around. Nobody's the wiser.
No one knows. You got a little string.
What if
hanging
you
out.
soak it in NyQuil?
You'd probably get real sleepy.
Your butt gets sleepy?
You got a sleepy butt.
You're just.
You got a
I
little
mean, I got a
sleepy pooper.
real sleepy butt
Hey,
tonight.
you
We're
got
gonna
a
have to take
sleepy
it
butt.
easy. I'm gonna need a booth. 'Cause those chairs are a little hard on my sleepy butt.
It could go loose butthole. You don't want that. Then you have to wear. Then you have to wear a maxi pad.
Oh yeah. On top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, to catch whatever
whatever
residual
loose
drool
butthole.
comes out of that sleepy
I'm having my
butthole.
period.
Residual drip. I'm seeing new T-shirt lines.
Residual
Yeah,
drip.
residual drool. But if I were to label it onesie twosies, most important inventions in the last 5 years, tampon 1, Elon Musk in the car thing in space, probably
Elon Musk.
2.
No, hold
That's
on.
2.
You brought Elon Musk up. Is this guy not a fucking vampire?
He's funny.
This
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
lived for hundreds of years. If you
Yeah.
look at his face, he looks like at a central casting for a vampire. He wants to dig underground and live underground in the tunnels, right? He's got fucking more money than God. He's been around forever.
Forever. My grandfather was in the Navy. He was on submarines in World War II, and he has this picture of him and everybody on the submarine, and next to him it's Elon Musk. And I was just
I
in a
believe it.
faded like old helmet and everything.
There's
I'm like,
actually websites and shit all over social media with Elon Musk and these old photos, and the other one is Nicolas Cage. Both those two guys, like
Cage Against the
Civil
Machine.
War.
Yeah,
Photos
Nick
are
Cage
like
has
200
that
years
face,
old.
but Elon Musk, though, I mean, I don't know how that guy.
But he's also a troll. Like, he like trolls people, right?
he fucks with people.
Oh, yeah, online,
Yeah,
yeah.
like he made that novelty flamethrower, and
Yeah.
then Customs gave him a bunch of shit that said we are not letting anything into this country that says flamethrower on it.
Oh, yeah,
so
so
he
he-
renamed it to not a flamethrower.
That's
Yeah. He's rad.
dude. I would fuck him.
Why not? If you're that rich, same here. Like
In
if you're that
space?
rich, like I get it.
Yeah, he had the astronaut in the car.
Hey,
Yeah.
so it said China sent up a rover, like a land rover, like the thing
Yeah,
they sent to Mars.
on Mars, yeah.
They sent it to the moon,
They can't-
and they're
they-
claiming
they
that
can't find anything.
we're full of shit about landing on the moon.
Is that going on now?
Yeah.
Oh
They
my
said there's
God.
nothing.
They said-
They're,
they said-
they're
No.
geolocating all
Mind.
the
So
places where.
so if this is true though, Elon's going to be the first to land on the moon. Now,
Oh,
if he
yeah.
finds out that that's unclaimed,
If he puts a Tesla on the fucking moon, congratulations! Like I'd let him.
you name the
insert
moon
me.
Tesla.
Yeah,
you rename
I'd
the
take
moon.
him into my mouth. And be like, hey, I get it.
No. I'd
That's
buy a
no longer
Tesla.
the moon. It's
Yeah.
called Tesla.
That's like the greatest commercial ever.
Oh yeah.
No, but I thought that was a whole conspiracy theory of the conspiracy theory that this goes into another podcast, but the whole thing that we didn't land on the moon, and then it's all a bunch of shit because the film got burned up. But we didn't have footage, so they hired Kubrick to shoot it because they needed the propaganda.
That story's been around for a while.
Forever,
yeah.
right?
And there's still people that believe in it.
But they landed on the moon.
Right.
we don't know.
We just don't have the footage because it burned up for the radiation, and so Kubrick shot it. Am I wrong?
No. This is the correct story that I've heard.
Okay, so that's
so
the story.
for the conspiracy theories of we didn't land on the moon. This is the story that they all go with.
The film burned up. We landed on the film burned up on re-entry into our atmosphere, and so they're like, "Oh shit, hire the fucking master filmmaker. He just did Barry Lyndon."
Yeah, exactly.
It was a lot of candles, guys. It was a lot
of
of
candles.
And so they did that whole bullshit, or he just did 2001. That's what he just shot.
Yeah.
So he had all the things, shot that, and then put that out, and everybody was like, "Oh, okay." And then there was like, "No, we never landed on the moon," but no, we did. And now China's up there fucking shit up, dude. China, listen.
I wouldn't put it past them to like land on the site and hide everything. Like they built a rover to pack it all
You can't trust
up.
them.
No.
You can't. There's a thing. I did a movie in China in 2005, and I was so excited. I was out there for 3 months, and I went to about half a dozen cities: Hong Kong, Guilin, Shanghai, all these different places. And I was reading books about Confucius ethics. I was reading books about the past, about Mao, just to get a feeling of it because I was so into it. I was there for 3 months. After 2 weeks, I was like, get me the fuck out of here.
Is it that shitty?
The people that I met were really cool. They're in the film. And then like the film business is like either you're going to be a farmer or a stuntman. They were all stuntmen and they were badasses and they just wanted to be in films and like, get out because Stallone and Schwarzenegger. These guys are their idols. They're gods to them, right? And then Jackie Chan and like, all these guys are just like, they're beyond gods. They're revered. And so that was the how we came together. That was our agreement. It was filmmaking. But outside that, bro, it was like an alien planet. It was really, really fucked up.
How so? Were things not built or were they built poorly?
It was
not industrialized.
It was a culture shock, and it was a societal like mind fuck. The one town that we were in Guilin, where they have a life size Forbidden City from what is the fucking
Minghao?
No, it's the famous Chinese fucking city, Beijing. They have the Forbidden City in the Beijing, so it's a replica for all the Chinese operas. So they have like hundreds of dudes running down the stairs with the swords and stuff. So there's a lot of stuntmen there that live there. The town itself, there's just dudes like the dudes when they eat, it's the culture just go
Slurping
and
the,
there's
slurping
smoke
the
like
soup.
and this is I don't want to generalize, but all of them smoke like 3 packs a day, so they all got massive phlegm and they're all hawking up fucking nasty loogies, right?
Yeah.
And then they go the food with the right, and then in this fucking town there was not one roach, not one grasshopper, not one lizard, snake, pigeon, cat, dog, nothing.
Were they cooking them and eating them?
They ate it all. In the Lee River, which is on the currency, the international community told them to please stop killing and eating this porpoise that's in the Lee River. Wiped it out. They went extinct because they're like, this goes good with rice.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck you. Anything they have they had a like, I'm gonna get so much shit for this. But I was there, right?
Yeah.
And the people that I met were wonderful.
It was amazing.
It's a great community, and I love China. Fuck me.
No one has pets there at all. Not one pet in the country.
This one town, dude. It was so weird. It was like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, how was Beijing as a whole? Because the Olympics were there Kobe Bryant spends a lot of fucking time there.
It's
Surprisingly,
there's the thing is though, is like it's like anywhere else. It's like America. There's shitholes and then there's nice places. There's good people and then there's bad people, right?
Right.
But like the culture, it was really gnarly because I was like Mr. and Mrs. Smith just came out and hit the theaters, and then there was the DVD of it. And then like this car went by and it was like, oh, that's a BMW. I was like, no, it's called something else. And I was like, that's a BMW. So the intellectual property is really doesn't exist because they have this this theory, or this, I guess, ethical system which is Confucius ethics, that says if I don't know you, I can do no wrong to you. There's no karma because I don't know you. You can only have a karma consequence is if I know you.
that's the way I lived my life in college. I don't know you. I can pretty much do whatever I want right now.
But you have to remember. You have to remember. So if you don't remember, it doesn't exist.
Well, then I'm just a terrible person again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shower, that hungover shower the next morning.
That beer shower. I was a beer shower. I used to put a chair in there and then like at least 2 beers just to start the day, where I was just
Chair
like,
in the shower?
Yeah.
Nice.
We had endless hot water. It just didn't end, and it was the greatest thing in my life. To this day, I'm still chasing the dragon of trying to get that back.
I've done a cooler in the shower before.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Ohio State. Where'd you go?
Wow, the Ohio State.
Did yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Don't
Where'd you
give
go?
that to
I
him.
went to Northeastern Junior College.
Oh, NRGC 9. No, I'm kidding.
Huge. Yeah, I got a basketball scholarship.
Did
So
you really?
basically, the players there were athletic gods, but academic. Fucking.
What would you play? Point?
I played shooting guard. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
A young Steph Curry.
Yeah. Right.
How much? What was your point total? Biggest point total you dropped in a game?
28,
High school
29?
or college?
Oh, high school was like 40s, but the college was like 28.
That's not bad.
That was a good.
was a good
Yeah,
game.
these dudes were good because academically they couldn't even hold a number 2 pencil. You know what I mean? They couldn't even hold it, let alone
It's
do
in
a
his
test.
eye.
Yeah.
But you do 2 years, you get paid for 2 years, and then any university was like, look, he's got 2 years under his belt. We'll pay a scholarship for 2 years.
Sure.
So that transfers. These guys were just, they were awesome.
Did you go anywhere after there?
No, because after 2 years, I couldn't do it. I killed myself just to be at the bare minimum.
Did you know you wanted to be an actor and were like, fuck it, I'm just going to get out of here and go to LA?
Well, I grew up in LA, and it was kind of like I did it for a little bit.
You
But
grew
I
up in
wanted to,
Van Nuys, didn't
I
you?
wanted to be in Burbank,
Oh,
La Crescenta. I grew
Oh,
up
so
on,
you were around the studios all your life.
grew up on 2 sailboats. Yeah, I mean, I was an actor for a minute. I had like an agent and headshots, and I was like 13, and I was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I just want to play
I just wanna
basketball.
Party.
So then when the basketball dreams got shattered, because there was a dude on my team who never left his room. He just had a line of women wanting to just see his dick.
Yeah.
And
Black or white?
He,
So impressive. It was impressive.
I mean, yeah, I saw it. It was phenomenal.
There was a line.
Yeah.
There was a line. I want
I
to
was
get
in the line.
Yeah.
And I just had a shower with him.
Hey, what's this line? I'm getting in it.
He's walking around with it over his shoulder like Kurt
Yeah.
Russell and backdraft.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh.
Do you have any blood in your body? Any blood? But he just would eat Twizzlers, man, and just watch, highlights, and then go out on the court. Never worked out, and then just go on the court and rebounded everything, dunked on everybody, shot threes, and then like called out a defense while the ball was still in the air. And it was just like, dude. And then he went on and played like professional ball in Europe. But yeah, so I came back, and that's why I did the acting. I was like, what can I do? I'm really I can bullshit. And I can. I have.
What's gonna pay me?
really
to do
good at
that?
bullshit.
Yeah. What is gonna? I can fake my way through anything. So yeah, I was a fucking terrible athlete. You're supposed to have a poker face.
Yeah.
Didn't have one.
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
you could read
Not there?
everything.
No.
Yeah. So I got lucky though, and then yeah. And
You
then,
got Reba, right?
And then Reba. My first audition that I booked was a Coca-Cola commercial.
No
my,
shit.
It was my very first audition.
And that's a big job because you get a ton of residuals and it's
Yeah,
national.
it didn't play that long. But yeah, it was a big deal at the time. And my agent at the time, Arlette Approach, God rest her soul, she's like, oh, Steve, I'm so sorry. I'm like, why? I just got a job. And she's like, because you're going to expect all of them now. You're going to expect to get them. And I'm like, you're going to have like hundreds. nose. And she was like the proverbial Brooklyn, like
Smoking in her office.
yeah.
Yeah.
This was 1999.
That's the way. That's the way all the agents used to be, where it was just like you roll in, you can see the white ceiling is partly yellow,
stained yellow from the
because they're
cigarettes.
smoking, putting out things. Oh, you're gonna be a star.
I was looking forward to the casting couch. It
Yeah,
never
yeah.
happened.
Me neither. I never got propositioned like in a room of like, hey,
There's a couch,
you can have.
right behind
You know
You
that
can have this
I
role.
will say this. I'm glad all this movement is happening. But when guys come out and say that other guys did it, you know, it's kind of like,
You know, we
do you know how
Whoop
many
someone's
times?
ass.
Do you know how many times, like, someone has propositioned me in an elevator
Yep.
all the time? And you know what I say? I say, thank you.
Thank you. Dude,
I'm flattered.
we talked about.
I
this.
would fuck me too.
Yes, we talked about this on the show. I said because everybody was like, "Oh, hey, has that ever happened to you?" I go, "Yeah." A guy, like a massive executive at a dinner, put his hand on my dick at a dinner, like, and I thought it was the girl next to him, so I let it continue. And I was like, "This is awesome."
For
No,
20
you didn't.
minutes?
Didn't swear to God, didn't know, no, but it was like a good like 2 or 3, and it was just a rub on the outside of the jeans, and like this girl's looking at me, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, God damn.
Do you mind showing me?
This
how
is
to
on.
roll?
Here's what happens. Like, so we're in the middle of this important business dinner. This guy's super powerful, and I don't, I still think it's this girl. She's like, yes, excuse me, I gotta use the restroom real quick, and then the dick rubbing continues, and I'm like, oh fuck, and my agent just goes, shh, calm it down, let it happen, just brush his hand up. I was like, cool.
So your agent saw it happening?
Yes, but didn't know. He thought the same thing I thought, and so after the dinner was over, he goes, I hope you're not freaked out by that. I was like, actually, I'm flattered and I applaud the move. Like,
Yeah.
I would have done it too. Like,
That's there's so many times I wish.
so when I see these lawsuits like Terry Crews and there's a few of them that are suing the dudes now, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? You're at a party, like the Terry Crews thing. He's at a party with his wife. His wife is there. Clearly, this guy is hammered. That shit happens all the time. Also, you're Terry fucking Crews. You could have choked this guy out and then put your fist inside his asshole and made a puppet show for the party if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Why are you suing? Like,
I don't know, man.
If you were so fucking, and he was like, oh, I got PTSD. He was like, no, motherfucker. Why don't you talk to some people in the military who have real PTSD?
Yeah,
You got your dick
exactly.
grabbed at a party. Like, I could go on a tirade.
I know.
about this.
I don't get it either because that whole thing is about position and power. And if you're 250 pounds, 6'4", I don't care how high level executive or position of power you have the power.
You have the power in your hands.
Even those guys have some people that hate him and wouldn't mind seeing him get thrown through a plate glass window.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you're hired.
Also, there could be a little bit he liked it, and that's what he didn't like. Is the when it happened, and then it was like shit.
Shit.
What
I-
the
that-
fuck?
that
No.
was-
And then you go after the perpetrator because inside you really want that dude to grab your dick.
Yeah. That's totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
I mean, that's
Like,
what it is.
I mean,
I've had
I-
my ass grabbed and things like that.
Totally.
Like, one I was on a
is-
date, like at an Oscar party, or whatever, and this gay guy grabbed my ass and whatever, and I literally turned to my lady and I was like, God damn it, I still got it.
yeah.
Hey,
Dude,
I didn't even say
this
shit
is
to
a
the
true
guy. I was
story.
like, yeah.
This is a true story. Just a true story. So we were doing. I was on Reba. It was on the WB at the time. They turned into the CW. It was WB party, and it was at a hotel in New York. And I was on the elevator going up, and a producer pinned me up against and started kissing my neck. And I went, no, it's all good. It's all good. I go, I'm not, but thank you. It's all good.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. But right on. High five. And that was it. And it was cool. I made him feel cool. I didn't feel awkward. And I was just like, because I was like drunk. I was like, no, it's all good, bro. What's up? What's up? Hug it out. It's all good. But the
there it is.
weirdest, not even joking, I was at a fucking Hollywood party. I'm like 23 years old, strapping, right?
Yeah.
Just 23, young. I go into the fucking, there's like a huge line for a bathroom. So there's another bathroom we find out. This is like a little shitty bathroom. So fucking dude and I take our dicks out and pee together.
Right.
Because that's what you do.
Yeah.
So I look down and I go, nice dick, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm peeing and he goes, you got a nice dick too, and grabs it.
Oh,
And holds it. And I'm peeing and I'm like, that's my dick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and so, and it happened, and then he kind of looked at me, and I looked back down at my dick, and then I finished, and was like, okay, that happened. Moving on.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Dap him.
dude,
Hey, dude.
perfect segue here.
That's the perfect segue. Perfect segue.
Perfect
when you announce
segue. Perfect segue. Shameless.
Well done.
Fucking
Well
no,
done.
fucking phenomenal.
That is fantastic.
Started watching that. I'm not a huge. I lived in Japan for a long time with the military, so it's hard to get TV shows. So I was out of the loop for 10 years. So Shameless.
Yeah.
For me, watched all 7 episodes in like a month.
Seasons.
All 7 seasons in like a month. And it started to develop almost like there was 2 different shows. The Gallaghers and then you guys.
Yeah.
But the segue is just finished watching season 7, but the scene with you at the bar.
Yeah.
Where you're at a gay bar.
Oh, yeah.
And have no fucking clue that it's a gay bar.
Yeah, Kev tries to go gay because
Fucking
his
hilarious.
wife is getting better orgasms from our girlfriend.
The Russian.
Fucking
The
hilarious.
Russian. So the
She's
thruple.
hot.
Yes.
The throuple.
Yeah. And
absolutely hilarious.
And the kid who played, he's like, I don't know, he's married. But the guy who played that, he was kind of not really. We're like, are we supposed to really make out? And I'm like, you're right there. Just kiss my neck. I'm just gonna lift up. Just go to town on my neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't leave a mark.
But
go enough.
It's the benefit of being tall. You know what I mean? That just go ahead. But yeah, dude, I feel bad for women, really, and other men that I guess, but more women because they have their soft skin. The stubble is just terrible. Yeah, get a fucking sandpaper and rub it on your face.
On your face, over
and over again. You know? I mean, you
yeah, when they dig their chin in like your lower back.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What? I thought that's what we were talking about.
I thought we were talking about gay stuff.
Jared shot a lot of homoerotic videos. Nude in the shower with other
You're
men.
69ing backwards.
Yeah.
I see.
It's like a 68 and a
I'm
half.
like, who gets their fucking lower back made out?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Same
Tall
thing.
guy. A tall guy's got to loop back
the
around.
chin, yeah. I
Because
get
it's
it.
still ass-eating season, so it's just like, all right, cool. There's 2 weeks left in the season. We got to go around to the back.
Oh, God.
How do you guys get propositioned so much from gay guys? I've never gotten proposition from a gay guy.
You don't look like
Well,
a
yeah, you're a bear
joking.
type, but it's not like the type that's not your first choice for a gay guy at a bar. You're like, oh my god, there's Steve, there's Ross, there's New
bear, there's the bear
there's that guy.
And we also
very koala-ish.
I have to say this. Ross and I look gay.
Yeah. 100%.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
No. Yeah.
That guy, he's ready.
Yeah. Those two.
But following Ross's story, I've actually been rubbing his dong underneath the table, and he hasn't said a word.
Was that you? I thought it was Heather. No. Oh god, I thought she had really long arms. Yeah, but
the Shameless stuff we've done a lot of stuff that's been a little because like the 2 different shows in one that you're talking about. It's interesting because like the fan base for the Gallaghers. I mean, everybody likes everybody on the show.
Yeah.
But there's fans of now different like groups in the show.
The sub-stories.
Yeah.
Like,
And like
man,
there's a
it's
lot of people who just love Frank. They love William H. Macy. He's a brilliant actor and they love him. Some people are like there were like crazy fans for the whole Mickey and Ian story, Noel Fisher and Cameron Monaghan. And then we have these fans for Kevin V.
Man, it could
Kevin
be a
V,
show
man.
on its own.
Dude, you know how
Drinkin'
many
Bros,
times-
if you guys haven't seen Shameless, you guys need to fucking watch
Thank
Shameless.
you, man.
Just
I'm
to
sure,
watch Steve
I'm sure
on it
your
and Steve's
fans have seen
character.
the show. I'm sure they have.
oh, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure
all of them. My
Yeah.
wife watched the show like religious, and they were like, "Dude, I don't understand why Steve's never been on the show."
I know.
And I was like, "Well, he had this incident. He's suing somebody. He got his dick grabbed."
Yes, we know.
But, dude, I don't
Nick-
like. We don't know if he's gay. Like, we don't want to be hit on. Like, we don't want him coming on the show just
grabbing dicks.
grabbing dicks.
That was part of my request from doing this.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys got to grab my dick.
Is that
Yeah.
why JT is sitting next to you?
Yeah,
Oh,
where your
of
hands?
course.
Oh.
JT was like, "Oh man, I feel like a bakery. He just needs to knead the dough a little bit." Yeah.
No, but I'm sure everybody hits you up about Shameless. But man, it is phenomenal. And
Thank you,
your
man.
character and your co-star's character. Your
Yeah.
couple
You're in the
characters
off season
fucking
right
great.
now, right?
Yeah, we go back in May. They had a couple episodes. It's gonna be interesting.
You have another
because
season, right?
We have one more. This is 9, and this is like
Didn't you say they signed for 10?
Bill wants to go 10.
Oh, that you'll probably go 10 then.
Well,
The ratings are great. You're the highest. Your ratings are the highest they've ever been, aren't they? Which is rare for a show this late in its.
we're one of the pillars of Showtime.
Do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think being on Netflix helped?
Oh my God!
That's how I saw. That's how I found it and saw it.
It opened up, dude. Netflix. I don't know if you guys been to the offices on Hollywood Boulevard.
No.
But it's like Google. It's like, commissary. Everything's open. There was like snacks and food and coffee and espresso.
Stay in your desk.
And I'm like,
do cool shit.
Who is? Oh, this is open. It's for everyone. I'm
Yeah.
I make my own bolognese. Like
Yeah,
what the?
yeah.
Like what is this? It's like yeah. It's all there for you.
There's foie gras for everyone.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's like chocolate fountains. It's ridiculous. So Netflix has totally changed it. I just did a movie with the Workaholic guys.
Oh yeah, they're gassing movies with what's his name?
Adam Devine, who's super dope. He's a really talented actor.
He just did a Iraq tour with one of my buddies. And
that's
Flo
right,
Groberg, and I was like, I want to hang too.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude, and his buddies, Anders Holm and Blake Anderson, they are the closest thing to what vaudeville was.
Are they all friends in real life?
They're yes, but they're work homies. Like they combine forces to make the show The Workaholics,
right?
And it was like they had this huge fan base. But when they're together, it's like Voltron. They come together and it explodes. They came up with so much amazing material, and it didn't have that cadence of like, how some improv is like and then and people like kind of piggyback it, and there's that improv cadence that was happening for a while in movies. This doesn't have it. They're just riffing, they go, and then like they're like no, and then in improv you're not supposed to say no, it's always yes.
Right.
They say no and keep going. They're like, no dude, no, you're fucking wrong. Boom, boom, boom. This is why.
Yeah.
So
here's why the best ones can take a no and be like, well, why?
That's them.
Why are you saying no? We can both fuck her.
They're so good. This movie that Netflix did is called Game Over Man. It's hilarious. It's gonna premiere March 21st. And
you're in this?
Yeah.
So this is you and the guys from Workaholics.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I'm like one of the guys. I play this like goon, who's a gay goon. And they kill my lover, and so I seek revenge.
Wait, the Hawaii movie, you played a gay guy.
Yeah.
Why do you keep playing all these gay guys?
You're looking at me.
Yeah. You're like,
because I'm fabulous. I mean, come on, dude. Women are the new men.
Yeah.
Men are the new women.
Yep. And we're all going to combine and use the same toilet together.
And that's it. Exactly. And
we're all coming together.
So yeah, that's, dude, I love it because it's awesome. It's fun and anything. Anyway, you could play against it, but this movie's going to be rad. To go back to your question about Netflix, about the how everybody saw it. Everybody that had Showtime was huge fans, but you have to pay for Showtime.
Yeah.
Netflix is a lot less expensive, and it opened up the floodgates for fans that people would come out of the woodwork.
The only reason I bought Showtime was for Shameless.
Yeah. Same with, hey,
Thank you.
dead serious. Same with my wife. She was like, yo, can we get Showtime? I was like, we never fucking watch anything on Showtime. She was like, Shameless.
Yeah,
I gotta watch Shameless.
And
that's
that's the writers. That's John Wells.
There was a bonus Westworld later on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's some good shows on
that's
Showtime.
HBO.
Showtime's got solid shows.
They
but
do.
Shameless in that writing and those stories, they're not pretentious. They don't get too earnest. It's fun. You know what I mean?
And everyone in the cast is great. There's no weak link where you're just like,
really not.
oh man, I can't fucking
the whole
stand that
show's
person.
great.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's so the craziest part of it is those kids when they started the show were
young they
9,
were.
10, and now they're 18
Oh boy.
and 19.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And they're
bro.
raging.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just like
Deb was tiny.
she's a little girl, and now she's up like partying, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like, who
yeah.
are you? Am I that old?
Where's something that covers up more?
That was the one thing my grandfather told me. He told me two things because I asked him. I said, "What do I have to look forward to getting older?" And he said, your body breaks down and decays, but your mind and your soul doesn't. That's the hardest part. And the hardest part is you got to pick your ball sack out of your ass crack every time you stand up.
Yeah.
Those two things are the hardest thing because the gravity.
The gravity.
It drips
The gravity's
down
terrible.
into your ass crack.
Yeah. I asked, God, this is a weird story, but talking about that, like a buddy of mine's father had cancer, ended up beating it for a little bit, and then it came back later. But after he came out of it and all that stuff, we were asking him like things about his life and everything. Like the son hadn't really connected with him in a while, so he was asking this life advice. And he was like, what's the best thing about getting older? And he said the same thing. You keep all your wits about you. You're smarter. You're more well-rounded. You have a lot more patience. And he was like, what's the worst? And he was just like, women. He goes, when you walk down the street at 60, 65, women that are unbelievably beautiful and attractive are looking right through you. Ooh, they never look at you one time to think to themselves, I want to fuck that guy. Yeah. And he's like, and you know it, they know it. And he goes, it's the most lonely feeling in the world.
You know what? That's a good point, because I was talking to this about my friend. I had a group of like 13-year-old girls walk past me, and like, you know, I have an inflated ego because I'm famous. And so when these girls walked past me and literally did not even move, I had to move out of their way because they just run right into me. It was like, whoa, like I'm like officially an adult. I'm old, right? And my buddy and I were talking about, like, you know, when we see older people, like elderly people, say hi. Because everybody's so afraid to just say hi, because you're not going to break them. You're not picking them up and swinging them around. Hey, Susan.
Yeah.
Are you a spinner?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a really good point. And it just reminded me of that I think we all should do that, because they do have their wits.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah. This is the fucking Dumb and Dumber line I don't want to repeat, though. And you do. What is the line he does? What's the Dumb and Dumber to Jim Carrey? He's like, thank you. Even though you're old and smell bad, you can.
You can still help society.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah. But that's the truth. And like, when he said it, it all registered with all of us dudes. And I was like, oh, man, you're right.
Youth is wasted on the young, or young, whatever that line is. And it's so fucking true. But nowadays, with the social media, nowadays with the technology, these motherfuckers are so dumb. They're beyond stupid, because if you think about it, each generation, right?
Yeah.
You still were like, you know, when we grew up, it was the whole, you know, on dirt bikes, when the light went on, you had to come back.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And, you know,
no cell phones, no.
You had a house phone.
Yeah, your house phone.
Yeah, you had a house
And
phone.
somebody had to be home to get a hold of them.
Exactly.
I just remember, like, I didn't grow up with like a silver spoon or anything, and like I got beat up, and then other people got beat up. Bullies got beat up by bigger bullies.
Yep.
It was a whole thing, and then it was. And then all of us now, it's like you were saying, the natural selection. You know, who's that comedian who says that? That's Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, yeah.
The best ever. He says that's what happens when you eliminate the natural predator, is that you got this
you create weak.
You create weak. Yeah. And the natural, there is something to that, where there's this, like, I see it. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to get into it. I'm not going to get into it because of the industry that we're in and that I'm in. But I will just say this. I have experienced personally a pause with my own masculinity. Now, I haven't been vulgar. I haven't been crass. I haven't been hostile. I've just been a dude. And it's like, whoa, pump your brakes, man. And it's like, I'm just being a dude.
A dude, yeah.
And it's like, what if me being a dude is coming off as a threat? I don't, and I'm you know, we all have effeminate tendencies, right? We all do a little thing that's just a little bit like
Jared more than others. But
well, yeah. That's why I was looking at him.
Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, dude, it is this all out assault on masculinity by certain groups is frightening.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's, you see it in Hollywood where less and less projects are getting made that are for guys, like that type of shit.
And it's so wanted.
Yeah, I know. But the Vince Vaughn comedies are gone. Like those dude comedies are gone.
Beer Fest,
well, and we were
Euro
talking
trip.
about it at Black Rifle the other day. Just go through your normal day right now and watch how many guys apologize for just being themselves.
A dude, yeah.
Like, oh, I don't want to sound creepy. I don't want to sound weird. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. It happens 40 times a day right now. People just can't have a normal conversation without trying not to offend somebody. It's like,
there hasn't been a movie like Euro Trip that has nudity, a sex scene, guys chasing girls. Like,
well, I don't know what year were you born?
What was that?
What year were you born?
77.
So yeah, so I was 75. How old are you?
77. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that for me, it was like Porky's and fucking.
I know, but
like
wait, I'm friends with a 40-year-old.
Animal House, Porky's.
Here's the thing. Look. As white men, we had a good run.
Yeah.
You know,
Should I take my hat? Should we take our hats off?
That run is over.
Yep.
You know, and that's just the reality. And I think, you know, having a daughter and, you know, having females in my family, it's awesome. It's a new change. But the people in the industry are looking for different things. There's also kind of a fad happening, and I think it's going to change. It's just right now. And I know there's a lot of guys that are like the comedy scene and like, you know, comedy clubs that are like, hey, my hands are over here behind my back and I'm not making any jokes because you can't, it's really touchy now, which is a good thing because it's been pretty fucked up for females for a long time. So that's the good thing, but that's a slippery slope because what it does is it goes full circle.
Yeah.
And then once you start attacking one side, it's going to go full circle where you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot. And that's where I think people that are like, you know, having all this power all of a sudden need to be smart and go, okay, look, we need to literally take, and that's where, you know, individualism I think is a good thing and not, you know, objective thinking and group think and, you know, be subjective and like
same, but you almost have to do it, I think, on your own or whatever that project's going to be. Because how do you push that through? I mean, look, you read for the top projects in town. We just discussed one before we went on air.
Yeah,
you're that guy. You're up in the top 5, 8 reading for the final roles of the biggest movies.
Like, when the other 20 turned down
are booked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
But once you're there, has there been a role that you read that you were like, fuck, man, this is me. This is a dude. I could fucking kill this and be the guy.
Yeah. Here's the thing that I realized that I've been doing. You know, I'm writing my own projects. You know, you have to, because if you're not doing the thing that you want to do, you have to create your own, obviously, right? And so, you know, I want to do projects that have the classic dude in it, and you know, who's a dad that has guns. Like,
right.
You know, but that's not popular right now.
Oh yeah,
you know?
they'll ask you to. Can you take the guns out?
Yeah.
Can you take the guns out?
No,
of the
you know what I noticed, and well, you've seen both of them now, but both in Black Panther and in the new Thor, they had these really creepy scenes using an AR-15, like old school A2. Like
the classic one.
Yeah.
You remember,
Didn't fit
he
it-
in the
didn't
beginning of
fit at
Thor,
all.
he's like, these I got from a place called Texas.
Yes.
And they're death machines. Like, there was really subtle little inserts into both these movies. And in Black Panther, in the very beginning, when he's planning the heist or whatever he is, it's the same two M16A2s, old ones, the same ones that were in Thor.
Really?
Were on the table. So it's like somebody is purposely programming these and associating Dangerous and War Machine and everything like that with these guns.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far to say it's propaganda, but it could be.
Yeah, I found there was one interesting line, and I love Black Panther, by the way. There was one interesting line where they were like, hey, we should help out the other people with this thing and let them in our country. And he looked at him and he goes, no, we cannot let refugees into our country. They will only ruin it. And I was like, whoa. I'm not expecting that line, because that's what America's trying to do right now.
I don't remember that, but I'm watching it tonight for the second time.
And look for that one line where they're debating about whether or not, why don't we just open up the borders and let everybody in? He goes, no, we should not let refugees in.
No.
They're going to ruin it. And I was just like, holy shit.
I totally missed that.
Yeah.
And watch that opening scene.
I will.
How they like overtly are
will.
focused on these two guns.
Yeah, at SHOT Show, I can't remember what manufacturer had the retro, like brand new ARs but retro style. It's pretty dope.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't Adam's Arms.
But you better get them now, because they're not going to be there anymore.
Well, that's the thing, is like, it used to be the Trump slump, but now it's like, with everything going on.
Yeah.
There was one dude who was a left-leaning liberal who just bought his first gun because he was like, it was so like, this is the phenomenon. If you tell kids over and over again that a certain drug is bad, don't do it, it'll ruin your life, all they want to do is that drug.
Yeah,
Right.
at some point
It's
it
the
crosses-
reverse psychology.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to backfire. I don't know what the statistics are, but I bet you they're high up, because it's like, you have to have a common sense conversation about it, and I'm not smart enough to have that conversation. So let's move on to something else that's
Let's
dumb,
move on to
but
something really fucking dumb.
Yes.
What's your dream role? What's the one role that you've been like
action
fuck?
comedy.
It is.
Yeah, like late 80s, early 90s action comedy. Everything
MacGruber too.
that we
Yeah, I do.
Everything-
every which way but Loose.
everything that we grew up on. That's, I mean, they're redoing 48 Hours.
Yep.
Jared Carmichael's doing it. But like one of those.
He's playing the Eddie Murphy role.
It's solid. I mean, I know, but
It's hard to mimic Eddie Murphy's personality. I mean, that guy was just the fucking best.
I've always had a dream to do Jack Burton's son from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
God,
You know what I
that'd be
mean?
Well, you know they're
fucking
remaking Big Trouble in
great.
Little China.
Yeah, and so the thing is though is that's fine. It's not going to be the same, but to go to China and like my favorite place.
Live amongst your people, eat your own
Eat some
cats.
cheese.
Porpoise.
But yeah, to do an action comedy, to do something that's classic, because there hasn't been in any way. And then when those action comedies have come out,
You should have been in Shanghai Noon.
they really have fallen short.
Wow. So it was Owen Wilson. Yeah, they've all fallen
Wow.
short. Yeah, and the people they cast aren't that interesting. That's it. Wow.
You gotta put more of an R in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you really got to roll that R in there. Yeah.
Wow. One guy that never auditioned. He did there was special features on Wedding Crashers, and he was like, "I've never auditioned for anything." And then Vince Vaughn's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just made Bottle Rocket." I was like, "You motherfucker!"
It's true. Yeah.
It's the hardest.
It's impossible.
What's Bottle Rocket?
Yeah.
Bottle Rocket's the first Owen Wilson movie with his brother Luke Wilson. Like all the
Wes
brothers
An-
made it.
Wes
Wes
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah.
They're all.
I mean,
they're all homies from fucking Texas,
And they all made it off of that movie.
Yeah.
And in LA at the time when that came out, everybody was like, "Oh my God, get me the guys from Bottle
That's
Rocket."
it.
And they worked for 30 years. Nobody questioned anything. And yeah, he probably never had to audition.
And as Ross understands this, that auditioning is the hardest thing to do. This is my analogy for audition. You walk into a room that's 7 feet by 9 feet, right? White walls, and there's 3 people behind a table. And they're like, "Okay, Steve, here you go. Play 5-on-5 basketball."
Yeah,
And
in
you're
front
like-
of us.
And they're like, "But I don't have a ball." Go. Where's the other 9 people? Go. Start. And you're just like, "Okay, here I got to pass." And then I'm going to shoot it.
Yeah.
And now I'm playing defense. It's awkward. It's not real. But the ones he knows, and Ross knows this too, the ones that have an attitude, that walk in and go, "I can play 5-on-5 basketball. I don't need a ball. I don't need anyone. I have me. I am 10 people." They're like, "He's got it." That's got it. And it says that the guy's not a great actor. It's just that he's got this attitude. And then I meet actors all the time, and you're like, "You're a terrible person."
Yeah.
But you work all the time, and it's just because they have this attitude, and they want to hire the attitude before it's so much of it. The persona, the attitude, the bullshit factor, and then they fake it because they believe it. They believe they sweat gold.
And if you walk in there with a hint of desperation, forget it. I mean, they can sniff it, and they'll
No. If you walk in there with an Australian accent,
Oh, you got it.
and then do the scene in an American accent,
You're in.
Oh
Game
God.
over.
take my child, take my life. You are the best thing ever.
Is there another Hemsworth sleeping on a couch? Put him in the fucking
Oh,
movie.
my
Give him a
God.
superhero. Buckle him up.
Nothing like it. And then the best is there's a lot of see, I have friends who are short that are actors, and they have this problem with their height and stuff, and I got 2 words for you. Peter Dinklage.
Oh, the dink.
That guy's a badass.
That's Jared's favorite.
Okay? That guy's a badass. I saw him at a HBO party, and he just won the fucking Emmy for best actor, right? And I got on my fucking knee like an idiot, and I was like, "Hey man," he goes,
No
he goes,
way.
He goes, get up, stand up. And I went, "Oh dude, I'm so sorry." He goes, "What do you want to say?" And I was like, "Congratulations, I'm a big fan." He goes, "Thank you." And I was like, "That dude's a fucking stud."
Shut
That dude is a fucking stud. Peter Dinklage is a fucking stud. So if anybody, if anybody has a problem with their height or whatever, Peter Dinklage is a fucking stud. Okay, and he's the shortest out of all of them.
Why did you kneel to him?
He's a
Why
little.
did you take a
I'm
knee?
6'4". He comes up to my knee
like he was your coach. You
comes
fucking
up to my
football
knee.
coach.
I wanted to get on eye level. What am I going to pick him up and put him on the table?
You should have, Peter. I'm a huge fan.
I will say this. You know what little actors hate?
What?
Well, actually, they love it when I do it. When you pick them up and wrap your arms around them, and you pick them up and you shake their legs out like this. It's like, oh, are you an A-list actor? Are you the leading man? I'm going to play your best friend. Fire him. I'm not going to work with that guy. Fire him right now. Because they're all 5'4", dude. They're all
every single one of them.
They're all 5'3",
Yeah,
and 5'4".
Cruz, all those guys. Like everybody you look up to is 5'4". I can promise.
That's the irony.
Johnny Depp. Yeah.
Yep.
Every
5'2",
single one of them. Like if you
5'2".
meet him, you'd be like, "Nice to meet you." Like you drop down over their
Johnny
head.
Depp short.
Oh
They're
God!
all- dude,
all
they're
of
all-
them.
Yeah, Johnny's tiny. Like
Yeah.
you see
Yeah.
picture of him and his ex-wife or girlfriend like
yeah,
on the
and
carpet.
he'll be like,
She's
"Oh,
Dude, you know who I
nice to
saw
meet
at Starbucks the other day? He's tall as shit.
Who?
Remember John Larroquette
Oh yeah.
from fucking Night
Night
Court?
Court.
Dude, I walked by him. I was like, hey, Silver Fox, you're like
Yeah.
6'5".
And dude, biggest hammer in the biz is what I heard. Everybody said Larroquette
Smoke
had a
hammer.
hammer. Yeah, smoke hammer on him.
Yeah, I heard that about Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, Defoe's
well,
got
Defoe, you see it in the
It's
movie
gross.
Antichrist.
Yeah.
It's like a smart water bottle.
Antichrist.
Yeah, it's like a smart.
Have you ever seen the
smart water?
Antichrist?
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's it's like disgusting.
Liam Neeson.
Oh yeah, huge
Hog.
hog.
You know,
Hogfather.
who's got a huge one. Little dude too. Kevin Hart.
Really?
Beast.
Wow.
Yeah. Tripod.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, huge cock.
Man, good for him.
Yeah, huge cock.
Good for him. Because I hate to meet talented people with small dicks, where it's just like,
I gotta go, guys.
Yep.
I'm out.
That wraps it up.
That wraps it up. We will leave it on this. We do the thing called the Drinkin' Bro of the Week, where our guest gets to pick their most influential person or somebody that helped them along the way in this life become the person you are today. Who would you like to give to the Drinkin' Bro of the Week?
Oh, my brother.
What's
That's
his name?
easy. Brett Howie.
Ron Howie?
Brett.
Oh, Brett.
Brett.
Yeah, actually, he's his middle name. Ronald.
Ron?
Ronald.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Good call.
Can I call him Ron?
Yeah.
Ron Howie.
Yeah, Ron Howie.
He's a very large, scary dude. So I don't know if you want to, but when I went to college in Colorado, and when I moved back and decided to become an actor, I was like, I have no place to stay. I have no money. I have no food. He goes, come live with me. And he helped me launch my career. And when I was living with him, that's when I got Reba. And
Shit.
so he helped me totally, because it was like, that's where I was lucky, because a lot of people don't have that. And then along the way, he's taught me more about being a man than anyone else. Like what it is about being a man.
What's your brother do?
He owns his own construction company. He's killing it in LA. He does corporate construction.
Shit. And I'm sure he's dealing all these fucking buildings there.
He's doing good. He's got some really good high-end clients, but he had his trouble with a lot of stuff growing up. He was in a lot of stuff. I mean,
mob.
No. He was
Drugs.
like he was in like is it Chappelle or Chris Rock has this bit where he's like, do you ever see that one white dude in an all black gang?
Yeah. You better be scared of that guy, because whatever he did to get those friends.
To get the respect.
Yeah.
He went to prison for he got reduced to attempted manslaughter. He was in and out of jail, and he was part of like this Crip gang back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, and he was a soldier, and he's still
Hard as nails. Yeah.
But the thing is though, is he's a good dude, and I think there's a lot of the people who've seen shit, done shit, and he's got a family that he's providing for, and he's got like an incredible amount of integrity, right? Like his word is like means something to him.
Sure.
And it's something like that. So all the rough around the edges really don't mean anything, because it's like, this is what I say I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it, because I wouldn't say I'm going to if I didn't mean that I was going to. And so it's an old school philosophy, and that's so long story short, Brett Howie, I'll say that right
That's
there.
awesome, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Well, speaking
Cheers,
of good dudes, Steve Howie, you're one of the best dudes we know.
Dude,
thank you for being on the show. is a fucking blast. Watch Shameless. Watch the new Netflix movie.
Game Over Man.
Game Over Man. March 21st.
Yeah, that's why the premiere.
On Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix.
On Netflix. Thanks for doing the show.
Yeah.
The show.
Thanks, guys.
For Mr. Jared Taylor, Bert Kuntz, Steve Howie, I'm Ross Patterson. Good night, everyone.
Good night.